What's up, Ramblers? I'm here again with special guest Tim Jablonski, and today we're gonna be doing some cooking.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon.
What's up?
Brace yourself, Brandon, because dinner is coming! Ah!
Brace yourself, because there'll be a lot of puns. Brace yourself, the puns are coming. So what we're doing today is me and Tim are fairly big Game of Thrones. We're Game of Thrones fans. He is a reader of the books. I get to read the books. You've seen season 1.
I've seen parts of season 2 even.
He's getting there. And I've yet to read the books, but I'm going to at some point. We decided today that we're going to be using George R.R. Martin's, not J.R.R. Martin's. That's I'm thinking Tolkien for a second. George R.R. Martin's The Feast of Ice and Fire.
Except we're not making a feast because we're like good enough for one total recipe.
Yeah, we got enough food for like one recipe in this thing.
We're going to be having a light snack of ice and fire.
A light snack of ice and fire.
Possibly paired with vanilla ice cream. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
That actually sounds delicious with that combination. With vanilla ice cream. They didn't have it then, and we're actually.
It was in the Summerlands. It was in King's Landing.
They have ice cream in King's Landing?
No, probably not. If you went north,
they get iced wine. How does that work? Today we're going to be making honey biscuits from the southern region of Westeros, and the ingredients you'll be needing are olive oil, honey, cinnamon, salt, flour, and butter.
And cold water.
And cold water. Don't pour it on that. You're gonna pour it. Yep. And cold water.
That much cold water.
That much cold water.
That much. Also, it wasn't specifically mentioned, but you might want to get some bread for coarse breadcrumbs because this will come up later in the instructions. So foreshadowing.
So we're making medieval honey biscuits.
We're frying them.
We're frying them? It tells us to fry them? Oh, yeah, we're frying them.
Because Brandon, in the game of cooking, you bake or you fry. Boop.
Oh, God, that was almost right in my eye. Okay, we do have all our ingredients.
I feel so.
Here on our table. And it calls for 2 cups of flour. So we're going to need there's flour. We're going to actually need a measuring cup at some point, I assume.
You wish you didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me there was measurements. This is medieval times. They didn't know cups.
No, they all had to guess it. You had to guess it. Someone eventually wrote it down. 2 flasks of not flasks.
I mean, foot was based off the king's feet, so like.
Really? It has to be the king's foot?
Well, yeah.
What if your king's like?
Well, like after a point, they were like, let's just go with this king, and that's the new standard of measurement. And then okay, so he had some pretty big. He had some pretty big toes.
Pretty big toes.
Pretty big toes.
So yeah, 2 cups of flour, all in a. Mix together the flour and salt.
So how precise were they? Like, do I have to like really worry about this?
Is that having 2 cups though?
This is 1 cup.
It's 1 cup. Okay.
Let's see, we get first cup.
And draw first blood. Mix together the flour, the 2 cups of flour, and the 1 teaspoon of salt. Do you have teaspoons?
Yep.
Cup of tea, Victor? What did you do with the light?
Almost died, that's what.
2 teaspoons. No, 1 teaspoon of salt.
2 half teaspoons.
Or 2 half teaspoons, whichever.
Boop. Exciting footage.
Getting in on that action.
You want to mix it?
Yep. Mix it. There you go.
This is how they mix things in medieval times.
Using your fingers, rub the butter.
The butter, hang on.
You got it? Rub the butter into the flour.
Into the flour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Into the flour until the dough.
What does that even mean? Like this?
Like, no. Put the butter in the flour.
Well,
physically, the butter goes in the flour. All the butter.
Where does the rubbing come?
This is 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Rub that into the flour until the dough has the texture of coarse breadcrumbs. And for reference, Tim, I believe you brought breadcrumbs.
Yeah, I did bring breadcrumbs. But
for reference item right here.
Okay, we need more crumminess. Is this rubbing? This feels like I'm just kind of squishing.
It's just like you're kneading it. Is that a term? Kneading?
Yeah.
It is?
I
Okay.
need water to live. I'm so
Anyway.
amused with myself.
You should be. It was a good pun.
Unreal.
But I feel like the pain that you feel whenever I say a pun. When you say it to me, I feel that pain that you probably feel.
Yes. I shouldn't have to do this.
You shouldn't have to.
We do not sew.
That was good. That was good. How's that?
I'm feeling the breadcrumminess.
Are you? Is it feeling coarse?
It's feeling crummy.
So.
Feeling pretty crummy.
Oh man.
What's wrong with me?
So much is wrong with you.
I mean, these feel like...
I like how you're still doing it like it's a thing. We did this for the sake of a joke, and he's like, "Oh, wait, does it
But
feel
do you
like
have any
that?"
other reference to... Like,
I have no idea.
I don't have an implicit knowledge of how a breadcrumb feels. I made breadcrumbs. It's actually...
It said coarse. If it's feeling coarse, you're on the right course.
Maybe we should just determine this as course. We should set a new course.
Oh man.
I'm getting distinct levels. I think this is what they're talking about.
The crumb level is risen.
It's like there's distinct crumb
feelings. Feel them.
I'm worried about this. Book has me nervous about overworking it.
Yeah, don't overwork it. See, I like how they don't even give us like a specific thing of cold water. It's just cold water.
Yeah.
It's just cold water. Do we have cold water?
Yeah, we have cold water. That water's probably warm now, but it was cold.
Cold water.
Alright, I'm feeling some coarseness. I don't know if this is enough coarseness. This is way more difficult than you led me to believe.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's feeling pretty crummy.
It's
Okay.
feeling a little bit crummy.
So gradually stir in just enough cold water. Let the dough sticks together. Be careful not to overwork it.
I should probably just get like an actual utensil.
An actual utensil. I was like thinking, oh, okay, you're using your hands. Let's see how that goes. So to show you how crummy it should look, well, that's how crummy it should look.
That's how crummy we determined.
That's
by
the crumminess,
patience.
the determinant of crumb. The best crumminess we can get. And then we've already poured some cold water in here, so it should be getting the doughiness. So remember not to overwork it. There we go.
Dough is a very stress-prone creature.
It really is. Yeah, churn that butter. Or dough. Churn it.
It's sticky like that.
No, I'm not a,
Like there's
I don't
no
bake. I
there's
don't
no
bake.
empirical data here.
If you're doing too much, add some flour into it. Add some more flour if it's too much.
Well, then should I have to rub more butter? Like,
No more flour.
is that a good noise? Is that a good noise?
I don't bake. We're not professionals here.
I am. Could have said something like, I must be a Tyrell because I'm master of flowers.
Just keep stirring the dough. So after you have made this till the dough sticks, which it's obviously sticking right now. To your knowledge, you can't see this right now.
This is how much
It's pretty sticky. Sticky. It's pretty sticky. Roll out the pastry into 1/4 inch thickness.
Oh, empirical numbers. Finally.
Numbers. And cut it into circles about 2 inches across. So we need something to roll it out onto.
Does the modern instructions, do they have like these BS? Like,
They have baking powder in there.
oh well, yeah, we're not doing that.
And baking soda. Wow. In the modern version, that's what they look like in the modern version.
Oh, we don't want that. That
No.
looks like decent.
That looks.
We want the ones that look like they were made in medieval times, because then we have an excuse.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna look like the medieval picture.
Yeah.
Anyway.
With honey and cinnamon. Oh.
Honey and cinnamon.
Super right. Dang it!
What?
Nothing. You missed it. That's good.
Oh no! I get to slap you. That's the rules.
So, Tim. Okay, we've been trying to get me out of this habit of quoting. Very
I'm
good.
saying super great.
Of just saying it's pretty great. It's pretty great. From I got the cadence from Two Best Friends Play, and I've been doing it for so long, and I hate that I'm doing it because I'm like, I want to do something that's not them, you know? Because I love them, but I wish I could get out of that habit. So Tim's been trying to break me out of that habit, and I promised Tim the other day that if I did it anytime during this, what we're doing now, he could slap me. Oh! Like that. Slap me, not knock my brains out with a thing. Okay, so now we have to roll the pastry out into...
Where'd the spoon go? We had a spoon.
Oh, I put the spoon over here. You put the spoon on the breadcrumbs, mind you. So now we got bread... Yo, dog, I heard you like breadcrumbs. Yo, breadcrumbs. Are you seriously trying to do it that way? That's not going to work.
I mean, it would have looked so cool.
It would have looked great. Really should have put flour on the thing before we put it there. Oh, it comes off fairly well.
Apology accepted. Was this a well-known medieval
Remember to
technique?
sprinkle some flour on.
We're going off the rails on instructions.
Well, it's common knowledge that dough can get super sticky, so rub it on the thing you're rolling it out.
That sounds like modern talk.
It's modern talk. So should we like talk in medieval times language?
I just think we shouldn't be using these modern technology things.
We're being a little more progressive, Tim. We're progressive in medieval times, guys.
So we kneading this out into thin things, or what's
We're rolling it out.
Oh, so rolling thin. I ate dough.
He ate dough. That's not a smart idea. Just so you guys can see, we've put it down in the pan, and we're waiting to find rolling pins.
You know what would work best to show them what we did?
What?
A panoramic shot. Just gonna go back down.
Yeah.
Just gonna go back down.
Stay back down there. Do you not have a rolling pin?
No, we do somewhere.
We can smush it down, if anything.
Okay.
To start smushing. I'm gonna start smushing.
Okay.
And if you find a rolling pin in the process, good on you. I'm smushing it down because they had no rolling pins back then. They probably had rolling pins.
I mean, rolling pins are not like a
It's not like a revolutionary thing of science. It's a rolling pin. So I am smushing this down.
We could use like a spatula too.
Spatula could also work. I've already got my hands all. Like, make sure it's 1/4 of an inch.
Do you have a ruler by chance?
I have no rulers. There's a little mini rolling pin right there.
Oh my god, there is.
We got
It doesn't.
a little baby rolling pin.
This is efficient.
That's no, seriously, that is a Play-Doh one. It's got.
It doesn't even roll.
Well, oh god, we should have put flour on it.
Oh, is that just your answer? Like,
Just put flour on it. No, it's the actual baking thing. Now we just need to cut 2-inch circles.
oh.
Cutting circles. We can just use this knife right here, dude. That we got out earlier.
We could also just use like a measuring cup and like, bam, bam.
Tim's being efficient. You are also going to need a frying pan to use the olive oil in. So, silly me, I'm gonna get a frying pan with olive oil. Okay, while Tim is over here doing the whole, making them little, circle things I showed you earlier, I'm going to be setting up the fryer to fry up some of these Hunna biscuits with this organic extra virgin olive oil.
Like what point is that? How is extra a modifier?
I don't know. They just went in a little bit.
You know what? Never mind. Don't answer. Don't answer me. Like I could hear you thinking.
Did you not hear me say what I said?
No, I didn't.
The camera heard. Oh, is this a gas stove?
Yes.
Ah, it's a gas stove. Right now I am heating up the olive oil to fry all these little biscuits we got going here. That's what they're supposed to look like. They look pretty tasty to me, I think. We'll have honey and cinnamon on it. Also, put a little bit of butter in that olive oil too.
I like Eris. I like burning people.
Really?
Yep.
They were making more references. Good job.
Yeah, but they're Game of Thrones references this time.
Yeah, exactly.
I want a little bit more, a little bit of butter.
You want a little bit more?
I got myself that time.
Also, fun fact, don't ever splash butter into oil. Don't ever splash anything into oil. Just gently set it.
What about more oil? What about a splash of vodka?
What? Splash of vodka is always good. So I'm going to cautiously put this in the boiling olive oil.
Should the butter be melted? Like, I think when they said a little bit of butter fried with, I think they mean for the butter to be throughout the pan. We just have an island of butter next to a frying cake.
I prematurely did that.
Yeah, we should use the frying thing to flip.
Oh. Oh!
Like
He's
a
got a little
good
frying
tool.
thing. I didn't know.
Hang on, I'm gonna get the good spatula.
I'm new. You have a good spatula?
Meanwhile, place the honey in a saucepan and slowly bring it to a boil.
Don't let it splash, because I just did that. Thank God I'm wearing jeans today.
Brush the pastries with the hot honey. Sprinkle with cinnamon and serve hot.
Ooh.
So how do we bring honey to a boil? Is that allowed?
Yeah, it's allowed.
That can't be a thing. So we need a saucepan? What's a How much honey is that? Good lord. To bring honey to a boil? Witness the very yellow. I'm gonna zoom in on this. From the camera's perspective, it actually looks more decent.
Yeah, it does look pretty great.
Especially
when I color correct. Especially when I color correct it, it's gonna look like a lot better than it does in real life.
That's pure school bus yellow, though. So that nothing is left to the imagination. I have to figure out how to boil butter, so you deal with hotcakes.
How to boil honey?
Yeah.
Dude, you just put it in a saucepan and you set it to a boil. It'll
There's no set to boil button.
You know what? Just put it in the pan and put the heat on. That's how boiling works.
I always put the heat on.
Some's just a spicy customer.
Like, but they look good on
They
camera.
look great on camera.
Those look like what is in
They're like the opposite of me.
Wow, this just got real.
Tim is keeping his eye on the honey.
And so my watch begins.
That's how you know it's starting to boil. When it looks like it's coming to life. So right here, as you can see, they look pretty appetizing. We've got some ready and done, and we got a couple more on the way. We'll have to wait and see how they taste. Tim, comments?
Yeah, I do. Mustache. That looks like a mustache.
I kind of messed up on putting one of them in and turned it into a mustache. One thing I realized about doing a cooking thing with equipment around, I got butter on the microphone.
Are we on the plate right now?
Huh? Oh, now we are.
Now we are. Okay.
And pouring some of that sweet, delicious, super honey. Oh, look at that.
That's the sound that honey makes. I'm not making that noise.
And once more, we're gonna douse this thing in more honey.
Okay, muscles glasses.
Oof, look at that.
Okay, that did not make nearly as much honey sauce as it promised. Yeah. We're gonna improvise.
And just put straight honey on it?
Yeah, we are.
No, we're gonna use organic. We've been using organic with
No, honey forces unite. Synthetic and organic together. It's the green ending. Are you just gonna let that slide?
Right across the streams?
You totally...
I know it's the Mass Effect reference.
Yeah, okay, you have to say it out loud or it's not funny. That's how comedy works.
That's how comedy works.
If you don't explain every joke, it's not funny.
We're like Adam Sandler.
Let's explain why the chicken crossed the road is funny.
Because a chicken...
Because it's so absurd, and because you know it's a joke, you're set up for an expectation of something extraordinary, but the mundane makes it ridiculous. It's humor!
So, we are now finished with the honey biscuits from the south, the southern region of Westeros.
Yeah.
So we're gonna dive into these delicious, supposedly delicious little honey biscuit things.
All right.
You wanna go first?
Take first pick.
I'm getting the mustache.
Oh, bastard.
Look at that
That's
honey.
something you can say.
That honey is just caramelized.
Carmasticized.
Carmasticized.
No, don't say that. That sounds awful. I hate
does.
that. China's. Not very good.
They're pretty great. Yeah.
I was hoping.
To the old gods and the new?
The old girls are new. Blink.
So, you can make this at your home, at your very own home. And if your kid watching this with your parental supervision.
Ask your parent if it's safe to go online. Answer, it's not.
It's never safe to go online.
If you're a kid, you shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be watching Game of Thrones enough to care.
So if you liked this little tasty little treat from the land of Westeros, go ahead and get yourself the Feast of Fire and Ice.
You can also
cookbook.
cook pigeons this way.
There are a lot of ingredient, like a lot of cooking things in here.
Reading
that
this gives
require,
you 1 cooking skill point.
Yeah, 1 skill point cooking. But yeah, there's a lot of things in here that require pigeons. Which, if you know where to get pigeons, tell me. Like
and subscribe. Tell me where to get pigeons in the comments.
Anyway, if you like this and you would like to see more, hit the subscribe button to subscribe to Renegade Cinema to get content like this every Saturday for your entertainment. And also, watch my yesterday's video about the choosing of Ben Affleck, the casting of Ben Affleck as the Batman, and keep an open mind you. Also, hit up the Renegade Cinema website to get more content like this and more.
Next time we eat a dragon.
I'm Brandon Groby with Renegade Cinema.
I'm not Brandon Gropey, not associated with Renegade Cinema.
Signing off.